What's up, guys and gals? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. So basically, today I was planning on making a video regarding a bunch of political bullshit. Alright, and I mean, the political bullshit is important. And as mentioned in my previous videos, I don't have any children, so I don't have too much of a dog in this fight, but nonetheless, I'm probably going to get old and die, and I would like for a relatively civilization to be in existence still to help take care of my old ass. You know what I mean? So it's still important, even for someone who doesn't really give a shit about the future of humankind or whatnot after he dies. All right. But you see what I'm saying? And speaking of death, that's what this video is kind of about, I suppose. So I had an uncle who passed away within the last 24 hours. All right. He was like 70 some years old, but he was a good guy. Yeah, I have distant memories of him as a child. Jolly feller, good full voice to him. He's a smart man. This, that, and the third, but I'm not too close with my family in general, my extended family. That's just kind of how we are. I have family in other states, and a lot of them I haven't seen in 15 years plus. I haven't seen some of them since I was a kid, probably 20 years plus. See what I'm saying? But this guy lived not too far from me, just a couple miles away, and he was the husband of my dad's sister. But yeah, this stuff has been on my mind for a while now. And I'm sure it's on many of yours as well. Just the general questions, What is this bullshit all about? And is there a cure among us? You see what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is this whole thing that we find ourselves in? Should it be sus? Let me know in the comments below. Is this existence sus? Is there something about it that's sus? I'll tell you where I'm going with that. So, obviously the way of the world, right? The rulers, powers, and principalities that be, they tell us, oh yeah, Iceman, you came from rock and rain. There was rain hitting a rock about 4.5 billion years ago, and some little shit formed, and this all happened on like a rock as well. There was like some rock that just kind of came out of nowhere or whatever. And the concept of space and time was just in existence, or maybe that happened too. I don't really know. Something made the space happened or something, but there was rain hitting a fucking rock, and it made some shit, and you derived from that shit. That's kind of the world message, and that's what they teach the children in the schools as well. That we just kind of derived from shit, and back to shit we go after this mess. You see what I'm saying? So there is that. And ever since I was a little duck-billed platypus, I would sort of look at this existence with some questions, I look around, I see my mom and dad working hard, busting their asses. I see folks getting old. I see grandma dying of cancer. You know what I mean? I see the other grandma dying of cancer. Didn't even know my grandfathers. They were gone in terms of death before I was born. But you see what I'm saying? I started to think and ponder. I was like, what is this whole thing all about? So let me get this straight. So we're subject to this life. We never asked for it. And then we get to suffer and die. And in the middle of it, we try not to get hurt too much. We try not to get sick too much. And we try to have some fun. We try to get some relief, if you will. I can't get no relief. It's not that song, but I mean, you know where I'm going with this? Wait, do I know where I'm going with this? I do know where I'm going with this. Hold on. But like this video if you guys will, subscribe to the page, hit the bell so you're notified next time I post a video, and blessings to my patrons. May your finances be blessed, and may the Creator bless you sevenfold, which I suppose is the next topic. Yeah. The Creator. But where I was getting at with that is when I was a little duck, little platypus, I looked around, I saw that shit. I started to wonder. I was like, why the hell would you subject somebody to this? I was like, so you're telling me that I am kind of expected to do the same thing you did? I gotta go bust my ass at a job 40, 50 hours a week. My dad was a business owner. So there was that. It was a hustler like me. But he had to go and show up on location all the time. And I don't really have to do that. I just chill at the house, right? But he was busting his ass. We had a house, some siblings and all that. They even adopted a couple siblings, you know? And so that was what I grew up with. And I just saw how it was like, okay, so am I expected to go do the same bullshit? Make my kid play t-ball and all that bullshit. Try to integrate him with the peers or whatever. Cheer him on. Come on, you can do it. Oh, you missed. Oh, you missed. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Have another swing at it. You know what I mean? Just, am I really supposed to do all this bullshit too? And then you make somebody that has to do all this fucking bullshit. You know? Where, okay, yeah, you gotta eat a couple burgers that taste good. You have some candy. Maybe you'll get some ass. I really like that part. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, in this fallen, corrupt world of despair and stain, what really good is anything? You know, it's all tarnished, it's all withering, it's all decaying, it all is just rotting flesh. And everything else, waste. You know what I mean? I mean, what really is all that? Is this just illusionary? The pleasures of this life? Let me know in the comments below. Is all that bullshit just illusionary? But that was kind of the stance that I had on it. I was like, are you kidding me? Am I expected to do all this bullshit too? So I'm going to get with a woman. I like that idea. And I still like that idea. And we're going to like do this. And I like that idea, you know? But then we're going to like make a little baby and the fucking thing is going to be subject to a life in which it will certainly suffer and die. I was like, I was like, is that the wisest thing to do right now? Maybe not. Maybe it's mean. Maybe it's cruel. And selfishly, I advocate for most of you guys to keep doing that. Because like I said, I need folks to take care of my ass as I age. All right. So we need a nice, ripe, young workforce that keeps them cogs spinning. So I'm pleased to know, and I advocate for that y'all keep reproducing and all that. But I mean, that's just the perspective that I had back when I was a little duck, right? I was like, It's like, I don't know. I mean, this thing sucks. I mean, I saw what happened to Grandma. And yeah, I lost some friends. I lost a really good friend. Wish you guys would have met this fella. Yeah, I might actually sing a song. Not in this video, but a song that he used to play on guitar. He played guitar a little bit. I just started again. Picked it up after like 15 years. But nonetheless, I lost this friend when I was 20 years old. I was 20 years old, lost a good friend to drugs. Then I lost another really good friend just 2 years ago to the sippy sippy. You know what I mean? How a lot of folks like to have the sippy sippy. They really like the sippy sippy. And then once you start having sippy sippy, you want to just keep having sippy sippy. And you buy the higher concentrated ones, and you stop just doing it on the weekends, but you start doing it on the weeknights. And yeah, he was found leaning over his bed with the bottles all around him just 2 years ago. Just slightly over 2 years ago. Yeah, in August is when he passed. Good friend of mine for 15 years. But you see what I'm saying? Just kind of wonder when is it my turn. Hopefully whatever the hell's on the other side is better than this. But I mean, these things are hard to predict and anticipate, aren't they? The hell is on the other side? You got the folks who say, oh, Iceman, yeah, it's reincarnation. Yeah, you're going to turn into some toad or some shit. You're going to be a little frog. You're not going to be thinking about, oh, I better not subject anyone to this reality. You'll be mating like a little frog, spreading little tapples all over the damn place. Then you'll get like eaten alive by a raccoon or something. Then you'll respawn again. That sounds like fucking hell. I really don't like the idea of that, of reincarnation, There's good folks who come from, that background or whatever. I like them folks, they make good cars too. Got my Toyota. But I'm just saying, I don't like that. I don't like that thing, that reincarnation thing. I mean, to me, that sounds like hell. I hate to say it. That sounds like hell. To have to live in this troublesome, suffering-filled existence ongoing forever sounds like a fucking pain in the ass. But, yeah, that's just my take, and I'm pretty sure anyone would agree with me if they were to be honest with themselves about the whole mess. But, I mean, then you got the other folks who say, oh, Iceman, if you submit to the God of the East, you will have many wives, and you will live eternally. You know what will be hard as a rock, ongoing, and you'll have wives and servants. You'll all be immortal. And to them I say, oh, sounds pretty damn good. Why would I have anything against that, But I mean, I don't know if I'm doing the right things or this and that to get there. Because then those same folks say, well, you might be in burning hell for eternity. And I'm like, shit. Are you serious? I never asked for this fucking bullshit. And I never asked for this fucking bullshit. And you're telling me I'm going to be burning in hell for eternity on top of it all? I'm not going to be able to get out of there? God damn, what kind of an asshole set this whole thing off? It's kind of what that leads me to believe. I'm just trying to be straight with you guys. And then you got the other train of thought, which is the one that I was born into. And the one that I lean on. I pray to Jesus. All right. I pray in Jesus' name for mercy. And, I mean, is it going to be better than the end game of the other one I just mentioned? We got a bunch of wives and shit. The Christianity one is more ambiguous, is how you say. It's more vague. Because it's like, oh, there's new heaven and new earth. And all things will be made new. And there will be no more suffering, no more tears. and you'll be living on the new earth, right? Like how it was in the Garden of Eden, only I presume expanded upon. And my first thought is, why are we going to be getting ass there? You know? Because that's like one of my favorite things. And that's up in the air, right? They'll say, oh, they pushed Jesus and he said there's no marriage in heaven. You're like, oh, shit, are you kidding me? You're not going to be getting any ass, but I mean, not going to be getting any tail. But then you could say, well, hold on a second, marriage? And he only did that when he was being pushed and shoved on who gets so-and-so's wife if she gets remarried after death, this and that. You know what I mean? So that was like his answer. But you could pull that apart some and be like, well, hold on. You could look into it deeper. You'd be like, hold on. When God made the earth and Adam and Eve and this and that and the third, it was good. Yeah, it was good is what God said. Apparently, there's a reconciliation of all things coming, and through Jesus Christ, who's in all and through all, apparently, according to the scriptures. And Adam and Eve weren't technically married. You know what I mean? So, I mean, is there a loophole in this? It seems like there might be a loophole in this with the whole, there's no marriage in the kingdom of heaven. Or it might have been something different, because some would say there's a difference between the kingdom of heaven, salvation, the new heaven and new earth. There's like differences, like the kingdom of heaven or whatever is now, and you can tap into that now, but the new heaven and new earth is like later. And maybe he was talking about the kingdom of heaven in a metaphysical sort of way. I don't really know. But nonetheless, point being, it seems like Adam and Eve weren't really married. They were just one flesh. And Jesus didn't say, in the coming age, there will be no more one fleshness between you and woman. You know, he didn't say that. He just said there will be no more marriage. And if Adam and Eve weren't married, then what's going on here? You know, a lot of this stuff might be up for interpretation. And I don't think we should rule it out that you're not going to be burying your face in you know what in the coming age. All right. So, I mean, both of those sound pretty good. But you see where I'm going with this? What the blasted blood frog is on the other side is kind of where I'm going. What do you guys think? And is it reasonable to say, this is the current iteration of existence. Yeah, we call out to God and we hear nothing. We see nothing from him or it. We hear nothing. We smell nothing. We can't grasp it with any of our damn senses. But I guess you could argue, there's pain and suffering here. But there's this thing we call relief as well, and maybe happiness and joy or something. But yeah, we'll die. I mean, is it reasonable to still somehow fit in this God? You know what I mean? This loving God. I mean, according to the scriptures of the New and Old Testament, it goes on about how this is a sort of refinement, like this is necessary, just like how it was necessary for Jesus to come here in this iteration of existence and suffer first before becoming the king of all, the ruler of all things. I mean, it's crazy. So if God himself had that prerequisite for himself to suffer, just like in the New Testament, it says we as well are to suffer, but for a little while. And they say that this life is like a mist in the Bible as well. But I mean, where are you guys on all this? Which way does this go? You know what I'm saying? What do you think's on the other side? Or is it just like non-existence? Which is like the easy thing to default to, right? Because that's like what the world has ingrained in our minds since we were all born. Probably for decades and decades or centuries even. Oh yeah, there's probably just non-existence ahead. I don't know. I'd probably rather have that than the reincarnation thing. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And again, thank you to my patrons for your support. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace be with you.